This is the finals. Wiggins versus TLK in Toronto, baby. Yo, what up, people? It's your boy, the Live King, coming at you with another video. And in this video, I just want to talk about a few of my concerns going into the release of NBA Live 19. If you follow my channel, you will notice that I've posted a lot of gameplay over the last 2 days. My trial is over now, so I got a lot of footage recorded, so I'm probably going to put a little bit more content out, but the majority of my time was just to try to get videos out there for you guys. So I know a lot of people are looking for it last year, people are looking for it this year, so I'm like, you know what, let me just use my trial and try to get as much gameplay out there as possible, see what people are saying about it. You know, I messed with the sliders, I have some with default sliders, and I just want to give people a variety of, you know, content that they can just look at if they're still on the fence of buying NBA Live 19. So, and if you need some incentives and you had NBA Live 18, man, it's $40 US, $50 Canadian, so that's all I can do. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about a few of my concerns going in from playing the full game. I already gave my feedback from the demo, and I gave a lot of feedback, but you know, I played the full game. It feels the same, but there's just more going on in the game that I feel that should be addressed. So let me get to it. All right, number one is going to be fatigue. I think fatigue needs a bump because players don't get tired. B, the sweating system also looks like it took a step back from last year. C, having fatigue will probably get the CPU end users to miss more heavily contested shots. And D, I still wouldn't mind if a slider in future games for fatigue. I think more sliders in general to separate things, because I feel a lot of things are tied together. So I don't think the players sweat a lot in this game. I noticed it in the demo, so I just want a little bump with fatigue, just to see how it would affect the overall gameplay. Number two on the list is heavily contested shots. I'm not the only one who's been talking about this, but I feel they're overpowered. It's way too easy to score in the paint with contact and even with jump shots. There's a lot of and-ones. I feel and-one should mean something in game context based on the play, not just like a bailout. Hard closeouts don't mean much in most cases. In the demo, I felt that the shooting was fine, but if it has to be nerfed in order to balance this part of the game, then it should be done. I still feel contested shots should be looked at over the green lights, because the contested shots to me is I think it's kind of broken, because if you look in the one mode and you contest a shot, sometimes it would say that you left your opponent open, and you would still have a hand up, but it wouldn't register as a contested shot. So maybe they need to move it up a little bit more just to see how it is, but those are my thoughts on that. Number three is ankle breakers. Definitely they need to be toned down because they get triggered automatically on certain step backs. The dribble move slider somewhat reduces the ankle breakers. I noticed that if you have the dribble move slider on, say, 20 or 30, the gameplay kind of stiffens up. But if you play that default, you'll notice that there's more spring to the player's step, and you're able to do more in the game. So if they can find a way to tune ankle breakers and without compromising the smoothness of the game, I think they should look into that. I think they should make a separate slider for ankle breakers, or just reduce them in general. So that's another one of my concerns. I think there's some times where you can, you know, get out of the ankle breaker if you know how to contest the shot real quick. Because if you know the ankle breaker is coming, you can press the Y button on the Xbox. I'm not sure what button that is on PlayStation at the moment, but if you get crossed up and your guys get ready to do the ankle breaker, you can press it and your guy would automatically go up and contest the shot. So it's just little things like that that you can do, but I still feel that they should be toned down. And number 4 is commentary. I think the commentary is good. Some people don't like it. I'm kind of used to it because I've listened to a lot of radio broadcasts, so I kind of understand why it sounds the way it sounds. A lot of people are used to color commentary from the TV, which is why they probably don't like the radio broadcasts. Radio broadcasts and TV broadcasts are two totally different talents. Like, it's gonna sound different compared to in terms of presentation. So I think a lot of people should listen to a lot of radio this year when it comes to the NBA, and just to understand the type of voice that they have required to be doing radio broadcasting, and they'll fully understand why it sounds the way it sounds. But a little bit of concern about it would be it would definitely need more dialogue. I'm sure it will come throughout the year because they're going to be recording and talking about different stories that's going on throughout the season, basically what they do with Madden. I would like to hear more breakdowns of sets being used in the game. So if I'm using a 4-1 or a 41 corner, I want to hear more discussion or dialogue about those different sets, even on the defensive end. So it just brings more content to broadcasting, so you don't really hear a lot of dead air. And yeah, like, you can also talk about, like, back picks and down screens. It doesn't always have to be about the story of what's going on in the NBA, because I think that's too easy. But I wouldn't mind it because I can use them for storytelling for my spotlight videos. So keep those coming, but I also want more breakdowns of basketball. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let this game finish up. What are your concerns going into the release of NBA Live 19? Put a comment down below, all that good stuff. I'll try to get as much as I can to the devs. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next video. Alright, I'm out. Peace.
Play of the game.
discretion. I possess the God particle, lock me up for possession. Your relationship with God should be great for proper protection. If I am to show and prove, ain't no need to ask me no question. The segregation real, you should probably stay in your section.